VeryDarkMan was really attacked. His protest attacked in Oyo State, and a lot of people don't really want to like. I don't seem to understand a lot of Nigerians. How would they pay you to like attack protests like that, protesting that okay they should stop banditry, they should stop this, they should stop that. Our politicians are really heartless. That is something I got to say about all of this. According to report, according to what we see, there was gunshots and a lot of other things. And I so much admire the bravery of Very Dark Man, and that is the true stamp of a leader. A leader. That is something I really understand. You could see the difference between the protest of Very Dark Man and Showere. You could see that particular difference to an extent. And Showere, to an extent, I think he is somebody who has not been able to control his crowd, his protester. But a person of VDM always, stay in control and in charge. Though they actually tried to sponsor talks against this guy in Oyo State, they shot at them. And Very Dark Man, these guys, they root out machete, root out digger, confront the situation. They were even going back when they heard the gunshot, and then they confronted those guys. Those guys ran away. And according to report, something came in from NANS, that is National Association of Nigerian Students, that a Very Dark Man is going to Ibadan, that he should not hold any protests and other things. And there was a threat. And Very Dark Man said, I must hold my protest in Ibadan. So before the protest, the NANS president came out to say, I debunk this, this threat to Very Dark Man is not from us and all those kind of things. So some people, they feel say, this is actually politically motivated and a lot of other things. But I think based on this singular act, Nigerian politicians are really heartless and senseless. They don't send Nigerians. That is something. Not be all of them, but some of the Nigerian politicians. How can you sponsor a talk, to confront, to really fight, people protesting that they should stop insecurity? Are you now enjoying insecurity? That is the question a lot of us will ask on this day. That is something I got to really ask. To an extent, I think Very Dark Man is a good leader. Let's catch a glimpse. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! What is your own take about all of this? I want you to put your own comment in the comment section, because Very Dark Man has actually started a crusade, and I think if the government, they don't handle this thing very well, it's going to plumel, it's going to like burst into some other waves of like revolution with the ballot box and everything. And I think on free and fair election, based on what I'm seeing right now, a person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not win right now. If free and fair election is conducted right now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to lose. Based on the situation in the country, based on the cries of a lot of persons, and based on what is happening. That is something I feel about that. So a lot of people are saying their prayers for Very Dark Man and saying a lot of things like, Very Dark Man, you got to be careful and the rest. But this guy is so heartless, like he's so brave. I admire the courage of this guy. This guy is brave, Sha. Very Dark Man is actually brave. It's just that a lot of people, they don't want to come out and acknowledge that, man, this guy is doing the right thing. Is really, really working hard enough and the rest. So I think I have to commend this guy. And the protest was actually successful to an extent. And the governor came out to give them his words. And then a lot of other things will follow. But what we are seeing right now, it is not really, really cool at all. Some persons, some protesters were stabbed at that protest in Oyo State, and that is actually to disturbing. And some people blame the police, because they said that the police were nowhere to be found when they were attacked by these thugs. Only after the attack, the police came out. So a lot of reports out there. So I feel that police, you need to do well enough, and then you need to bring out the culprits and discipline them, and they should be punished, they should be held accountable, because every Nigerian has the right to protest when they are not really, really comfortable with some things happening around them. So that is something, provided the protest is harmless. That is something I kind of understand. What if that situation has escalated into a full-blown fight that some people go dey kpai up and down? So some people were stabbed, according to the video we saw on social media. So what is really happening? Before I jump off, I want to say thank you guys for watching our videos, and thank you for the love so far. If you are new here, you can click the subscribe button below, the bell notification icon, share our videos so that others go see the updates. I love you guys.